medium iced coffee for free. And I went ahead and got one. It's delicious. Hey there, welcome back to Limabean Living. If you guys are new here, my name is Emily. Welcome to my little motherhood and lifestyle channel. You've actually caught me in the middle of a little series that I'm doing where I am covering my top 10s around the house. And this week it is money saving ideas. I'm also doing this little series with my friend Karenique over at Karenique's Corner. Make sure you guys go check her channel out. She has been following along in this series as well, sharing her top 10s. And she has like awesome ones that are always different from mine. So you get 20 awesome ideas each week. And I will make sure to link her channel up above and down below in the description box so you can easily find her channel after watching this video. So the first kind of money saving hack or tip that I have for you guys is to download the Ibotta and the Drop apps. They are money savers for sure. I've actually brought home about $500 using the Ibotta app alone. That is probably my top app out of the two, but I've actually done a whole video just on these two apps, kind of walking you through how to use them and some tips on how to select certain items so that you benefit the most. So I will make sure to link that little video up above in the cards and down below in the description box so you can get all the details. But essentially, you pretty much just get money back for buying stuff. You either link your credit card or you submit receipts and you get money back after you go ahead and make your purchases. So make sure to check out that video where I give you all of the details, and I think I still have some referral codes that you can benefit from if you use them, so make sure to check that out. My second money saving tip is to download reward apps. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys have jumped on board with this, whether it's getting the Starbucks app or the Dunkin' Donuts app or the Red Lobster app or whatever. There's an app for everything pretty much. Most of the time they are free. And if you go ahead and sign up, a lot of the times you get like a free drink right away or a free reward if it's like another food place. But sometimes you get rewards even if you've had the app for a really long time. Like today, I went ahead and got my Dunkin' Donuts coffee for free. It was just a medium iced coffee for free. And I went ahead and got one. It's delicious. Now, for those of you guys who just really aren't into the whole having an app for every location, I can understand the hesitancy. Sometimes I even feel a little hesitant to download a new app, someplace that I don't really know the ins and outs of, or maybe you're just kind of nervous that someone's gonna like use your account info, and I totally get that. But there are certain times where I just kind of feel like it's worth setting aside that anxiety and just downloading the app. For Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts especially, like you get rewards for a certain amount of like money that you spend, and then you can get a lot of free stuff along the way. So I'm always actually intrigued whenever I'm going through the Starbucks line and people are still paying with cash or their credit card. Part of me is just like, why haven't you downloaded the app yet? You could be getting free drinks like all the time. So download those apps, see the rewards that you get. And you know, Starbucks and Dunkin', like again, I got free coffee today from Dunkin'. So a lot of the times these apps are totally worth it. My next little money saving hack is to embrace mathematics. As some of you guys know, I have my PhD in math education, and math has always had my heart ever since I was little. And using math, you can actually save money when you guys go shopping and do your groceries. A lot of the times the math is already done for you. If you guys notice when you see the little price tag at the grocery stores, sometimes they have like in the corner, 19 cents per ounce or something like that. It's often like in a little yellow square. It's distinguished from the actual price. And that tells you how much you're paying for 1 ounce or one package or one slice or whatever. And that will help you to compare between other products or other sizes that are available for that product to see which deal is the best. Now, sometimes you might be comparing two different brands that you could be fine eating either way. Maybe they're just like the same types of pasta noodles, and one is store brand and one is, this fancier brand. You might notice that, the fancy brand is 29 cents per ounce, and the store brand is 19 cents per ounce. Well, that means that if you were to just take out maybe 1 ounce of noodles from each package, you'd be paying a dime more for the fancy brand than the other one, the store brand. And that can really add up depending on how much you're buying, as well as, all of your other shopping lists. So you wanna make sure that you are comparing price per ounce, per slice, per whatever. Now, what if it doesn't have that, right? What if the little label doesn't have that little distinguished section and you don't really know what the price is per ounce? Well, you can easily do this. You just take the value that you're paying. So for the package, let's say it was like $3 or $3.50, or pick a really ugly number, $3.71. You're paying $3.71 for this package of noodles, and that's all that it tells you. Well, you can look at the packaging on the noodles and it will tell you how many ounces it is made up of, or how many grams it is. Pick whatever those size numbers that they give you at the bottom of the package and take the price and divide it by the weight, by the number of ounces, and that will give you the price per ounce. And then you can go ahead and do that same calculation, the price divided by however much this package weighs for another product, and whichever value that you get is smaller is the one that you want to go with. And this kind of leads me into my next tip, which is to usually buy in bulk. Typically, when you buy in bulk, when you buy the larger size of a product, you're actually going to be paying less per ounce or per weight or per slice or per whatever unit of measurement they're giving it to you in. And this isn't all the time, so you definitely want to use the mathematics. But typically, when you buy in bulk, it is a lot cheaper. A lot of the times it's cheaper because you're saving packaging, you're saving other resources that go into making these smaller amounts. Then once you guys go ahead and buy in bulk, typically you can freeze a lot of that stuff, which is one of the hacks that I said in one of my previous videos. I buy the biggest bags of cheese, the biggest bags of chicken, of ground beef, you name it. And typically what I do, if it comes unfrozen in the store, I portion it up into amounts that I could see myself using, and then put those in freezer bags and freeze them away, making sure to label them. And then I have tons of supplies for however long it takes me to consume all of that. And it's usually good in the freezer for many months. So you don't have to worry about using it up all in a week or in just a few days. So buy in bulk and freeze. That is that tip. My next money saving tip is to do your own oil change. Now, I actually did a series recently in my new to do where I tried something new, and doing my own oil change for my car was a new experience for me. In total, it took less than an hour, and that was with filming and talking with my husband and whatnot. But you can easily find like YouTube videos for your specific car on how to change your oil, and you can save tons of money every 6 months or however long it is for when you need to change your oil in your car. And the first time that you do it and you buy all the supplies, it kind of comes out either even or like a little bit under even if you were to go to Walmart, let's say. But for all of the subsequent oil changes, you're only spending like 20 bucks. And a lot of the times at Jiffy Lube, even with a coupon, it's $60 or $70. And so you're saving a lot of money just for one oil change. So if you do it yourself, you can save yourself tons of money in the long run. And trust me, it's not as scary when you're actually doing it as you think it is before actually doing it. Check out that video. I will link it above and down and below in the description box if you want to see my anxiety prior to changing my oil and how it actually went and how I was a successful oil changer. My next money-saving hack is to do your own self-care. I don't know about you guys or how often you guys go, but mani-pedis can be pretty expensive. And I've noticed that I can give myself a pretty good one by myself. So I tend to do my own manicures and pedicures as often as I can. And every once in a while, I will go and treat myself and get like a nice, exfoliating scrub down there on my feet and make everything nice and soft. But definitely, if you can, give yourself your own mani-pedi, that will save you a lot of money in the long run. Also, if any of you guys are into waxing, In a previous video, I actually share how I make sugar wax and I wax my underarms. So if you are curious about that, I will link that video up above and down below. I did, show my underarms before they were waxed. So if that's not up your alley, I do warn you in the video. So don't feel like you're gonna be like surprised and see something that you don't wanna see. But I do share my recipe for making that sugar wax, and that saves a lot of money rather than going to a place and getting it done. You can also save money by cutting your own hair. I know for women, it can be a little nerve-wracking to cut your own hair. If you just want like a straight across cut, that's probably one where you could save money. I do think it's worth, going and getting that a more elaborate haircut done by a professional. But for men, at least, you can save money by cutting your husband's or your boyfriend's hair, or your kids' hair. It doesn't have to be super elaborate for them. Now, I've been cutting Juan's hair during our quarantine time, and I've actually gotten pretty close to mastering that military fade. So we're saving like $12 every 1 to 2 weeks, and think about how much that would be up in a year. It would be a lot, and that is a lot of coffee that I could be treating myself with if I don't already have coupons using my apps. So pamper yourself, take care of yourself, do as much the self-care as possible. Treat yourself every once in a while, but if you really need to save money, you can definitely do it yourself and not have to pay a lot of money. A lot of the supplies are even found at the Dollar Tree, so you don't have to spend a whole bunch of money to take care of yourself. My next money-saving hack is one that I did a video on a little while ago. It is for souvenirs when you go on vacation. Juan and I started this on our baby moon. I wish we would have started it our first vacation, which was our honeymoon, but we buy postcards from the places that we go to, and we write things on the back, like highlights of our trip and things that we did. But I go into more detail in that video, so I'll make sure to, link the video here. But I like this hack because it doesn't take up a lot of space. It kind of consolidates all of your vacations into one location rather than getting like a souvenir here and a souvenir there and whatnot. And usually postcards are pretty cheap. They're usually less than $1. You could mail it to yourself if you want to spend, however many more cents just to mail it to yourself. But it's a great way to get like a quality photo of any of the locations that you've visited. And like I said, kind of consolidate all of the highlights of your trip in one location and not really feel like you're spending tons of money every single time that you guys go on vacation. My next money-saving tip is to repurpose your old candles. Now, I've noticed a lot of the times that when I buy like really expensive candles, I usually get them when they're on the lowest possible price, of the year. But I buy the candles when they're on sale, so they're pricier candles, already saving money, but usually you get to the very end and the wicks burn out. There's like a layer of wax that could still smell really nice and make your house smell beautiful, and it just won't burn because the wicks are all out. So I actually went online on Amazon, and I think I got like 100 wicks, purchased that, and I use boiling water, pour it into my candles, let the wax melt, and it rises to the surface, and then I can go ahead and repurpose them by making my own candles by melting down the wax again and pouring it into a new candle that I've made with the wicks that I bought off Amazon. Now, I actually did this in the same video where I waxed my underarms, so that video has already been linked, but make sure to check that out if you guys are interested in kind of seeing how I did that. I pretty much just cut up all the candles, melted them down, kind of glued on a wick to a previous glass candle holder, and then just refilled up the candle. So that is totally worth it if you want to make sure you're using up all of the wax that you paid for. That is usually pretty pricey, and not feel like you're, wasting a whole bunch. My next little money-saving tip is to make your own ice. I know that a lot of the times it is, you need ice in a pinch, and so you run to the grocery store and you buy that 5-pound bag or whatever, and however much it costs. It doesn't cost too much, but you're paying for ice that you could probably make at home using your freezer by yourself. So one thing that I like to do, and that my mom actually taught me, she's done this for years, is weeks prior to the time that you need a ton of ice. For me, our upcoming move to California is going to be one where I'm gonna need an igloo packed with ice to kind of keep food, you know, in a good state as we're driving. And so I am actually in the process of making lots of ice. You put it in like some just recycled plastic bag from the grocery store or a Ziploc bag or whatever, and just keep filling that up and store it in your freezer. And then finally, when the event comes, for us again, it's our move, I'm just gonna pour all of that ice into my igloo and we're gonna be on our way. And I won't have to go to the grocery store and buy a big old, 10-pound bag of ice to fill up my little cooler. My final money saving tip is to make a shopping list whenever you're planning on going shopping. Too often, I've noticed that when I don't have a list, I end up with like 20 more things than I actually needed. And that's a lot of, unnecessary spending, especially if you really need to stay focused with your spending and not go over a certain amount in your budget. Another little, side tip to this is if you shop at Walmart or if some other grocery stores offer this, do a mobile order where you can just drive up and pick up the food. That way you don't even go into the store and are tempted by seeing the candy as you're checking out or anything like that. If you can do the mobile order, pick the few things on your list that you absolutely need. You're searching for them specifically anyways, so you're not going to be strolling through the aisle and be like, oh, I could also use that. Oh, I could use that as well, and so on. So if you make your list and stick to it if you have to go to the store, but make your list on your little app and do the mobile pickup, that will be an even better way to make sure you're not spending more than you need to on your groceries and don't get sucked into all of the extra purchases. But that wraps up today's video. I hope that you guys like these money saving hacks that I have embraced in my own life. If you have any others, let me know in the comments below what you would recommend. I'm always looking to save money, so I will definitely be checking out the comments for all of your guys' tips. Make sure also to check out all the videos that I recommended throughout this video, especially Ibotta and Drop. That is where I've brought home and saved the most money. It pays for almost all of my coffee typically. And like I said, I still have some referral codes that should be good for you guys to use and benefit from. So check out that video. Also, head on over to Karenique's Corner and show her videos some love. Tell her that Emily sent you over from Limabean Living, and give this video and her video a big thumbs up. Catch you in the next one. To the end of the video. If you didn't know already, my name is Emily from Limabean Living. Welcome. We are so happy to have you. We post videos every Monday and Friday on a variety of content: lifestyle, cooking, cleaning, military life, DIYs, encouraging mathematical development in children, and so much more. Thank you so much again for watching, and until next time.